Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Hugh Steph, and you already know I'm about to hit you with another story time. This one, I think y'all gonna get a kick out of this one. I'm talking, this is historical. Before I get into the story on how Martin Luther King Jr.'s nephew, great nephew, tried to bag me, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends, your family. Bring everybody around, huddle around, because it's story time from me. Ah, man, this is going to be funny. All right, let's get into this story on how Martin Luther King Jr.'s nephew tried to bag me. I was a Barber student at Atlanta Tech. That's where I met him. Everything was cool at first. I mean, I could tell he was a little sweet, but I ain't paying no mind. It didn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, he's in school. I'm learning how to cut hair. He volunteered to be a client, so cool. Little did I know, I think that was his trick on how to get men, because think about it, it's a barber class, it's about to be a bunch of men in there. There were women in there too, but it's like, how else do you bag men? It's either that or you go to Morehouse. It's one of the two. I cut his hair, I get his contact, he was like, yeah, I like how you cut my hair, man. I want to keep you as my personal barber, you know, when you grow and everything, pause. I want to make sure that I send people your way, you know, I'll be your day one client. I'm like, okay, cool. I haven't seen this dude probably for about a month after that. He comes back. He does come back. And of course, he seeks me out. It's kind of weird because when I was ready to cut his hair, he was like, hey, I gotta walk around and talk to XYZ and all this other stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't know what he meant by that. And this time he actually came in with like a suit. So I'm like, okay, guess he has business to handle. So my class gets done. He comes back to the classroom. And he's like, hey man, you think you could roll me down the street and cut my hair and all this stuff at the crib? I was like, okay, cool. During the ride home, he's telling me, he's like, yo, do you know who I am? I said, nah. He said, you want a hint? I'm like, bro, sure, whatever. He said, MLK. I said, well, y'all related to something? He said, yeah, that's my great uncle on my mother's side. And then I think he even tried to show me this picture, and I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to be like in awe or wowed or something. I'm just like, okay, fine, cool. I take him to his crib and I cut his hair. I set up my stuff, and it's this house. It's not too far from the school. It's this big house. I think there's like one dude upstairs and someone else downstairs. I ended up going upstairs to cut his hair in the bathroom. We're talking, and he's saying certain things that's starting to like kind of like scare me a little bit. He's like, yeah, man, there's a lot of powerful men in the city. I can't, you know, I would love to connect you with them. I'm in these meetings and I talk to these different people. So all of a sudden now he's trying to talk a big game. And it's funny because okay, you got on a suit, but the house, I'm not gonna lie, the house didn't really add up to the plot you're selling. You know what I'm saying? He's talking all this game. He's like, yeah, my cousin in the other room, he does this. And I'll, you know, after he sees how you cut my hair, he'll be a client too. That's literally the only thing I cared about at that point. All that other politics and my family's this member and the board meeting for this, I didn't really care about. That's your business. So I'm just listening to how he's talking. He said something that kind of tripped me out. What do you do in your free time? I said, honestly, if I'm not at school, I'm just making music, you know, because I'm a music producer. Boom, boom. He said, oh man, why don't you come hang with some of the guys? You know, we got this spot that we like to go to. You'll feel comfortable. And I'm like, freak do you mean by that? I'm like, all right, I get done with his hair. I'm leaving, everything cool. I made it to the car, and by the time I pull out the driveway, I'm looking at the window. I just caught a glance at the window and he's peeking at me. And I'm just like, what the? This is weird. It doesn't stop there. Next thing you know, this man texts my phone. Dang, I miss you already. You should come back. I kind of wanted to show you some more about my family history. I said, first of all, sir, what do you mean you miss me? What are we talking about here? Then time went by. He tried to play it off. He was like, oh, nah, that was for this text that I meant to send this girl. I'm like, bro, listen, you already exposed. You're pretty much already exposed. Like, live your truth, brother. I'm not gonna judge you, but I don't swing that way either. It's not for me. If you're part of that community, hey, do your thing. So he tries to play it off and he's embarrassed, so he didn't say anything. And then it doesn't get any better because more time went by and he texts back like, hey, my bad, bro, seriously, come by and let me make it up to you sometime. I'm like, all right, that's enough. I can't do this. I just stopped cutting his hair because even with him trying to not sell me that he's moist, he was doing a terrible job, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And I just became increasingly uncomfortable. And I said, you know what? I can't cut your hair no more. I just can't. I'm not even gonna. I want to come over. I'm not even trying to put myself in this position. Pause to be in this weird thing that you got going on. And there's no judgment. You like who you like. But I don't know. Should I be disrespected that the man tried to use MLK as a means to get to my cheeks? As if your family history is why I would just brush off my manliness? Absolutely not. That's not how things go over here. That's not what we doing. Safe to say, man, like I said, I don't cut his hair anymore, or I haven't cut his hair since that day. I don't know his whereabouts. I don't know what he got going on. I just hope that he's not out here playing the same game with these other guys, because there's some people who are worse, way worse than me, that will literally unalive you for playing with their manhood. You get what I'm saying? Whew. Hey, Atlanta, this is another L you gotta hold. This is a product of your city. This happened here in Atlanta. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't make the rules, I promise. If you enjoyed this story, man, share with your friends and your people. And if you have a story that you want me to share with the platform, it's open for you to do that. Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's get everybody engaged on what's going on with your story, our story, that story, his story. Till next time, man. I'll be in the vault looking for some more stories to bring to y'all. You already know what to do. I'll catch you next time. Peace.